Union Budget 2021-22 was hailed as a future-ready budget much in advance. A section of policymakers even projected it as revolutionary as the country had seen in 1991. In the end, it turned out to be a pretty disappointing budget. It has been all the more disappointing for a business like Indian real estate, which is seen with optimism to be a critical catalyst to revive the Indian economy at a time when many other sectors are not doing that well. As a matter of fact, post COVID lockdown, real estate was one of those businesses that bounced back pretty faster than many other business. It was hence expected that in this budget, real estate will get its due. Irony is that nothing has been given to this sector specifically, and the stakeholders don't want to be on the wrong side of the policymakers. Hence, they are speaking with some garden optimism. The fact of the matter is that the union budget this time has completely ignored real estate. Let's first look at what all was needed with this budget for this particular sector. It was expected that the budget will encourage home buyers who can afford to buy but are apprehensive due to uncertainties in the Indian economy. The budget was also expected to enable potential home buyers who can't afford to buy at this moment. Thirdly, many of the NRIs have lost their jobs. They are coming back to India. So it was anticipated that there will be something with this budget to encourage home buyers, NRI home buyers, to invest in this country. Supply side liquidity was a major concern. Some of the segments have been badly hit in this COVID time, right from co-living to rental housing and office spaces. So these segments were looking up to this budget for some support. Affordable housing, low cost housing, and rental housing. These are the three segments which expected something tangible with this budget. Now let's see what all has been given in this budget. First and foremost, there has been no focus on job creation. Without jobs, it is not possible for the real estate market to revive. There has been no fresh tax exemptions. Many believe that the ATC will have a separate housing component, or with the interest exemption limit of 2 lakhs will be enhanced to 5 lakhs. Nothing of that sort has happened. Many of the existing home buyers who have already bought the house, they have either lost their jobs or are facing salary cuts. It was hence expected that there will be some loan restructuring for this segment of buyers. This 1.5 lakh principal tax exemption has been extended for one more year in affordable housing segment. Problem is that the limit of affordable housing up to 45 lakhs is something which is defeating its very purpose. In many of the metro cities, many of the larger cities, a house within 45 lakhs is a challenging job. So this again announcement has not that much tangible effect, at least in the bigger cities. Section 24 tax rebate, which was expected to be 5 lakhs this time, has not been touched upon. From the supply side perspective, it was expected that input tax credit with GST would be restored. That has not been done. What has been done? Asset monetization has been announced. Now, asset monetization in itself could lead to better things, but it has not been announced. The objective of this asset monetization, is this asset monetization aimed at bridging the fiscal deficit? That would be a pretty bad move. As had the finance minister announced that asset monetization is being done with a purpose of creating more affordable housing stock or investing in healthcare infrastructure, then this would have been a very good announcement. New infrastructure projects announced, which was more like a political statement than a budget statement, because some of the states going to elections ahead, like West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, has been by and large been focused. Moreover, in the last budget announcement, the finance minister had announced to invest 1,11,000 crores for infrastructure development in the next 5 years. Since last budget, not even 5 lakh crore has been spent on that account. Infrastructure projects are pending at various stages. There are some 7,300 infrastructure projects pending, and to announce more infrastructure projects does not make any sense unless and until those pending projects are streamlined, they are put on the fast track. Easing of REITs, real estate investment trust, is a good move that could invite more investment into this segment. Next announcement is about recapitalization of public sector banks. Will that help the developers? There are only handful of developers who have a sound track record with the bank, and they can avail some benefits, they can avail fresh loans in most of the cases. This recapitalization of banks is not going to help the real estate sector. Tax deduction for rental housing. That again could have been a pretty good move had the finance minister been clear about it, with clear guidelines that to what extent you will get tax exemptions if you invest into rental housing. Now, when we look at what all was needed and what all has been given, we find that there have been more misses than hits. And whatever hits have been there, like asset monetization or tax exemption with rental housing or with REITs, it all depends how it will roll out. We have seen in the past that many of the budget announcements that look very lofty when they are being announced, they don't serve the purpose because the execution is not up to that level. The infrastructure spending is a case in point. Overall, the Union Budget 21-22 has given nothing tangible either to the developers or to the home buyers. It is hence been seen as a pretty disappointing budget. But the developers, as I said, they don't want to be on the wrong side of the system. So they are not being very critical about it. They are rather silent about the demands that they had put before the budget. Privately, most of the developers would admit that this budget has yet again disappointed them.